Hello and welcome. So, this is going to be hopefully a shorter variation of a series that I made last year leading up to Advent. Today we begin Advent, actually started last Sunday, but exploring the quality of hope. And this will be a body prayer practice, just attempting to use our bodies to prepare us and connect with God at the arrival of Jesus. So I invite you to begin just lying down on your mat. Once you get there, maybe you bend your legs, allow your knees to fall in, your feet to be a little wider. Arms resting by your sides. Just take a moment to just truly arrive on your mat. Exploring the fullness of your breath, the preciousness of this moment that you take for yourself to prepare your heart. And as you continue to just breathe deep, arriving through your practice, I'd like to just offer you a bit of scripture to ponder, and we'll weave this into our practice. Again, we're exploring the quality of hope. And this is from Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Will we ever see God or Jesus in this lifetime? But we can feel his presence. Do we see these beautiful attributes of Jesus, such as hope, in ourselves and in others? Not with our eyes, but hopefully with our hearts. So we'll bring in another verse that kind of mirrors this a little later, but just continue to ponder about the things that you don't physically see with your eyes, but that you feel and know. So when you're ready, we'll bring in some physical movements, and we'll be kind of breaking down one of my favorite kind of energy clearing sequences that we'll do later in standing. But on your next inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Just take a breath or two here, noticing how this shifts in your body. Allow your shoulder blades to just relax. And our bodies are just these temples for spirit to move through. We commit to caring for these temples. Next inhale, open your arms out to the sides like a T. Close your eyes and notice energetically how that feels. Next inhale, reach your arms over your head, any amount. If your shoulders are a little crabby, just kind of reaching up and back. If your arms land on the ground, that's fine too. Just take a breath or two here. Noting how you feel, reaching upwards towards God. Next exhale, open mouth exhale. Let those arms come down. You might sense the shape. So we'll take a few rounds of breath of joy here on the ground. If it feels bunk in your body, just take a smaller movement. So we're going to inhale those arms up, out, and over our heads. Exhale, let it go, arms come down. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, arms up, like 3 sips of breath, out and over, exhale down. Your way. Inhaling, filling your heart, preparing your heart. Exhaling, removing any obstacles. One more round. Pause and notice the effects of that simple movement on your body, your mind, your heart. And let's add in just a little warming movement for the lower body. So we'll hug in our knees and see what your body wants to do here. You might move your knees in and out. You might cross the ankles and circle. Whatever feels good to you, just a little gentle warming for the lower body. Continue to breathe deep, keeping that upper body nice and open, hopeful. Go in both directions if you're making circles. Set those feet down. We'll do one more kind of all body movement, arms out into the T. Feet nice and wide. Let's windshield wiper our legs. So maybe as the knees fall to the right, we look to the left. And then as the knees fall to the left, we look to the right. If that serves your neck. Keep going in a way that feels good to you. Sometimes I kind of do this thing where I rotate the palms. One palm down, one palm up. That tends to open a little bit more across the chest. If it feels good to you to linger in one direction, feel free. Or if it feels good to keep moving freely, move freely. And when that movement feels complete, come back to neutral and we'll prepare to transition. So let's gently roll to either side. We're going to come up to find our tabletop position. So shoulders over the wrists, knees as wide as those hips. Again, just gently warming. Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, lift that heart in hopefulness with the tail. Exhale, arch. Feeling the strength and conviction of your own body as you round into that hat shape, feeling your core beliefs. And when that movement feels complete, we'll prepare to come to stand for a few movements. So you might tuck your toes. Inhale, lift those hips up into downward facing dog. It's really interesting practicing outside. I'm on a little angle, so just noticing the shifts. Find your down dog and breathe. Our downward facing dog can be a gesture of praise, offering, maybe humility. But when you're ready, gently walk those feet forward. And we'll slowly roll our way up. Coming to our mountain pose. Finding steady ground below you, around you, above you, within you. Simply breathing as you stand in your mountain. You stand in your mountain, I think mountain pose is just so powerful for just standing up for our faith and what we believe in. So I'd like to read you our next passage in a little mirror verse to the first one. This is Romans 8:24. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what he can already see? And let's hope for those attributes of Jesus to become more full in our lives, in our families, in our world. And when you're ready, let's just move our spine in a few directions. So let's inhale, reach up. Maybe you take your temple mudra. I love temple mudra for just reminding us that we are this temple. Temple for spirit to move through. Lift your heart a little more as you stay rooted in your feet, in your faith, rooted in your center. And then take a lateral side bend over to one side. It doesn't matter which. If this temple mudra serves you, keep it. If it doesn't, let the bottom arm go. Just breathe into the side body, keeping your core straight ahead. Rise up and take it over to the other side. And whatever arm variation serves you, you're just bringing a little energy, a little hopefulness into both sides of the heart, the body. Rise up, let it go. Oh, let's do a few big circles with those arms. And using our bodies to praise, to pray, to uplift us. Come down, widen the feet just a touch, and go right into a twist. So you might tap into your low back if that feels good to you. You might tap your heart. Lifting one heel just a little bit, that helps open up the front of the hip. Twisting, increasing our vision, even of things unseen, the beauty of the natural world. Symbolizing the beauty and the hope that God provides in His Son, Jesus. Slow that down. Come back to your mountain. It's a little chilly out here, so I'm going to do one more movement to warm. Hands to the heart. Let's do a few rounds of our half sun salutations. So inhale, reach up, lift that heart up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. You can firm your belly, firm in our faith, heart shining forward. Come back down to the earth, bend your knees and rise up. Circle like the sun, like the rising sun every day. Hands back to the heart in prayer. Let's take two more rounds. Really move with your own breath here. Inhales, lift us up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Feeling that expression of spirit fill into you, that expression of hope. One more time. Inhale. Just move with your own breath. You know this now. Come back to your mountain. Release those arms. Maybe widen your feet just a touch. I'm going to do another round of that breath of joy. All these qualities, these attributes that lead us up to Advent, for me, kind of link in a little bit. So we'll be exploring joy a little later, but let's bring in the breath of joy here to kind of prepare ourselves, clear out anything that needs to go and keep opening that heart. So follow along. Inhale, arms forward, out and up. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and then roll it back up. We'll do that a few times. Inhaling, arms forward, out and out, up. Feeling the heart, exhale, let it go. On your own, at your own pace, making room around your heart, releasing what doesn't serve you, any negativity, moving into a stance of hopefulness. One more round. Take a moment to pause, to notice, to feel. We move our bodies, we kind of clear the energy, but the beauty is really in this stillness. Where we can truly feel the presence of God. So from here, let's see, I'm going to come towards the top of my mat. And we're going to come into just a few rounds of Warrior One. So start in your mountain, standing tall. And we can just take a big step back with our left foot. Create a little space between your feet so that it's a little gentler on your hips. And trying to align our heart, our belly, straight ahead. Take your hands in prayer to your heart to feel your core again. Root into your feet, root into your core. And then take those arms straight ahead. Feel that core engage a little bit, that idea of kind of reaching out. Maybe you could even imagine Jesus just taking your hands and leading you. How many times have we prayed for that, right? Then open your arms out to the sides, that gesture of an open heart. Still keep the stable energy in your lower body. Then reach your hands straight on up. And kind of plugging in, connecting to your source. Sometimes in these qualities of hope and some of the other qualities, maybe we're just not feeling it. But just trying it on, kind of shifting from any negativity to positivity can be a really powerful tool for transformation. Now take your arms down and behind your back. You might just kind of leave them there, or you could stretch them out. We'll take a version of Humble Warrior, so valuable. You might just hinge forward a few inches, lifting the arms. And if your shoulders are a little crabby, you might not really love this. You could keep your hands here and still feel that openness around the heart as you bow. Or you could wrap the arms around your body, your practice. The important thing is we're breathing here and presenting ourselves to God with humility. When you're ready, rise back up. Step it back to your mountain pose. And take a moment to notice. And we'll take it to the other side. So step back with your right foot. Create that little stagger on your mat. Bend into your front knee. I love the stretch of the forest. It's kind of dimming now, but there's this illumination that happens at the top of the trees before the sunset. To me, that always feels hopeful and a promise from God. So find your way. Hands to the heart. Bend in the front knee. Just a stable Warrior One. Reach those arms forward, re-engage your core, and remember our symbolism. What is right there in front of you, guiding you that you cannot see. Open your arms, lift your heart. Sometimes we can become so guarded that these higher vibrational qualities of Jesus just don't have anywhere to flow. So open your heart. Lift your arms up. And
and take your arms back behind you, that version of humble warrior. You can just interlace the hands, set them in your low back, fold forward, still leading with your heart. Or you could wrap those arms around your palm. Breathe in that quality of humility. I think when we're humble, our expectations are a little less intense, so we can open to the quality of hopefulness. When you're ready, release. Maybe rise back up and step it back into your mountain. A moment to just breathe and be. Using your body to pray. If anything just comes out of your heart in this practice, let it be. Next inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold.
We'll come back into our tabletop and lower yourself right down into your child's pose. Allowing our movements to slow, but our breath to still stay full. Child's pose, another beautiful way to use your body to pray, to talk to God. Another parallel verse from 2 Corinthians 4:18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And focusing on the things that we cannot see, but yet we can feel. When you're ready, rise your body up. And we're just going to roll our way onto our backs. And forget to mention, you just might need either a blanket, a pillow, or a yoga block for this last pose that we might do. I'm just going to kind of roll mine up and get it ready. So coming down onto your back. Take a moment to just arrive. Feel the earth below you. Sense all the unseen forces working for your good. So we'll move into some closing poses. I get a little tree friend here. We're going to take our block, our pillow, or our blanket right underneath the sacrum, right underneath the hips. So we're in supported bridge. And you might just stay right here and keep your feet in this place for this next little sequence. Or if you know in your body it feels good to reach the feet to the sky, you can do that too. So whatever shape serves you, taking a little inversion in our practice to close. But just as we began, reach your arms up to the sky. Maybe you circle your wrists, circle your ankles here if your feet are elevated. Getting out any final kinks in your body. Taking a little stillness, again, feeling the bones in the pelvis, the bones in the shoulders, just nicely settled as you still keep your heart open. Then take those arms out to their T and feel hope.
It's floating around in your body, floating around in your heart. We contemplate the hope that Jesus brought to the world, what he means to your life, to this world. And then only if it feels good on the shoulders, reach those arms up over the head. And you're reaching up for something that maybe you don't see, but you know is there. When that feels complete, bring the legs back down, back into your supported bridge. If you were choosing to elevate your legs, just take a moment to notice. Lift the hips, remove your prop. Any final movements that your body might like here, maybe just windshield wiping those legs again. Maybe it would feel good to hug and rock. Maybe you're ready for stillness. And our bodies are our own temples, so we move them in ways that serve us. And then just setting yourself up for a short Shavasana. Maybe you elevate your legs up a couch, or maybe you decide you want to come to seated. I'm going to come to seated just so I can offer you your final passage, but you know your body. Move into a place of ease for a bit of stillness. Stillness so important this time of year. Feel just the safety of being in your body, of connecting to God on your yoga mat. The freedom of your own breath. Our final passage to contemplate is from Hebrews 10:39. But we are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed, but of those who have faith and preserve their soul. Because we have hope, because we have Jesus Christ, we preserve our souls. And this is a choice. But if you've showed up on your mat to do some faith yoga, I believe you have intentions to preserve your soul. God does not create victims. He gives us the power to preserve our soul simply by choosing Him. Take faith, my friends, and focus on the unseen. Where are we placing our attention? Our fears? If they are present, just lay them down with the one who restores all things.
linger here as long as you'd like to, my friends. I truly invite you to live with this quality of hope. Namaste.